Hey there team, and welcome to Edoras. Now I think we were at Edoras quite recently, but no, I don't think it was too long ago anyway. I might try to jimmy around the schedule a little bit to make sure that this isn't popping up immediately after another Edoras. But we have Amroth and Lindon on the defence, and it looks like Isengard. This is definitely a nice purple Dorwinion, and Angmar. Maybe Rudour. No, that's definitely a ready tinge. I'm gonna go for Angmar. Or do I? Wait, I hear troll drummers. I hear troll drummers in the void. Yeah, no, that might be... Yeah, no, definitely troll drummers. It might be Misty. So anyway, that aside, Stupor here, playing as Lindon. He's got his Harlindon Riders, 4 Lindon Scouts, and Mythlond Lancers. We saw in a recent Grey Havens battle where Lindon Cavalry proved to be very good, very effective. I do like Lindon Cav, it's really good. For Lindon Scouts though, it's a unit that I've been looking at recently, and I don't see them get used too much. A really swift little unit, but the problem is no shield and low armor. They're gonna get shot to absolute pieces, but if they target properly and they don't go anywhere near Dorwinion, they might be able to get some good fast damage done. Then zooming on up, this of course we will look at their units when they're actually deployed, but we'll just do this for now. Noldor and Blade Masters and the Haven Guard, both probably 2 of the best Sword Master units we've got in this game, so that's not going to be fun to blitz through. Ithilien Men-at-Arms with that armor upgrade, Harlindon Infantry and more Men-at-Arms, or Ithilien Men-at-Arms that is, Harlindon Infantry again. We've got the Black Swan Renegade, good for beasting through some armor, especially Dorwinion's armor. Then Dornernal Archers, 4 Lindon Archers, some pikes there for the boys. Oh yeah, both factions there are going to have some decent pikes. We'll talk about that after though. Perthel Champions, Warrens of Elostirian, yep, good. Then Ithilien Halberds. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be lots of halberds, lots of pikes. Yeah, even more pikes and halberds over here, even more and more pikes and halberds and archers over there now too. Zooming on down here, Wanderers and Imrodel, Harlindon Guard and the Belfalis Marines, Horse Lords of Ulmo, Tirathair Marksmen, double Tirathair Marksmen. Then Harlindon Guard, zoom, across this little back passageway, and some 4 Lindon Archers. Okay, good, right, so they're starting to pop their units around. Immediate worry about those pikes. Something that I talk about a lot is just pikes on slanted surfaces and how that can be a bit of an issue. And Edoras is nothing but slanted surfaces, so that's going to be a concern. I should say slopes, shouldn't I? Not slanted surfaces. It sounds a bit silly. But anyway, so Dorwinion here, played by the Trumpster. So he's got his villain Marksman. Definitely can go toe to toe with these, well, at least the Men-at-Arms. Sorry, the Dorwinion, not Dorwinion, the Dol Amroth Archers. They can take a bit of a beating from them and just absorb some ammo. Behind them, Elvillain Infantry. Again, if they want to shoot at them, you'd be happy enough with that. You know, it's the way it goes. Merquindi Bows, Vineguard, Glade Riders, and then some Merquindi Pikes. Definitely competent enough to go toe-to-toe with these pikes that they're facing off against, but very small army. Definitely some more elves dotted around. Evelyn Hammerguard there too. Yeah, lots of elves hiding, no doubt. Army's got to be bigger than that. But yeah, those Glade Rider. Oh, that's just Glade Riders. Okay. Not Glade Lords, or no, yeah, Glade Lords. Glade Masters of the Infantry. Over here we have Blue Trauma Grimsby. So he's got Isengard, I thought I was right about that. Crossbows there, good for the Dol Amroth armor. Very, definitely don't want to be targeting the Lindon boys with that. Urka Infantry, solid choice. Trolls there, Clansmen, Veterans, Berserkers, Clansmen, Guards of Orthanc, Infantry, Pikes, and oh god, this is going to be Pike City, and I just don't... I don't know, I think maybe I overestimate how much slopes hurt pikemen. That's very possible, and there's probably some Snagga Skirmishers hiding from us there. Then, yes, I was right with the drummers there. We got Firewolf here playing as the Misty Mountains. He's got his Goblin King Bodyguard, White Uruk Fearmongers, Mountain Uruk Host. We've got a lot of very powerful Uruk Men-at-Arms. Not really something you see too much from the Orcish forces, but the Urukai Infantry and the Mountain Uruk Host can definitely do that. It's going to be sad when these guys get stolen by Dol Guldur, of course, but hey, it's got to be done. Then, Dol Guldur? Yes, yes. Then, spearmen there, armor-piercing spears. Black Orcs of the Mountain, Halberdier force, more and more phalanxes. Jesus criminy. Crossbows there, good, good, good. A mangonel, oh, awesome. Genuinely, yeah, if you're going to bring a mangonel to one of the siege battles, it's going to be Edoras. I think that this is going to be absolute brutality. Unless the cavalry take it out. We'll see about that. And archers there, heavy goblin archers. Okay, cool. Then cave trolls and cave troll drummers. Good to keep everybody in line in a more spread out battle. When you're playing as Misty and you've got a nice compact battlefield, I don't think you need cave troll drummers as much all the time. Yeah, it's just, I like this little position here. I don't think you always need cave troll drummers. I think you can get away without them because you can just have your general and your fearmongers close to the fight. But when you're needing that sort of spread, what you kind of do with Edoras, you want that, you know, as I say, that 100-meter spread. Let's just go to 0.1, just have a quick scan over how the defenders have deployed. I'm not going to call out these units, but just to show it off. Oh, there's a catapult there, that's good. Can definitely outshoot the mangonel. These buildings are really dark. I think, is this like an evening battle? I don't know. Yeah, just all the little huts seem really dark today. Yeah, this is good. We've got a very compact cavalry force on this side, which is where they'll be much more powerful. Glade Riders are going to have to run on over to give some support. Spread all the way around. This looks good. Are we going to get like an outer level defense, which it's a 2v3, so yeah, I would expect an outer level defense for sure. Okay, let's go. Immediately, when you've got Isengard and Misty on the attack, like, I would have really wanted to see it one warg unit. You know, I'm surprised that there's not, but I guess they're kind of relying on the Glade Riders for that. But I would have probably gone for a warg instead of the Glade Riders myself, because the defenders can do so much work on Edoras with Cav because it's so spread out. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to anchor your line against. Jeepers creepers, this is going to get hard really fast, especially Horse Lords of Ulmo. Yeah, run. You've got so many halberds, but the halberds, as I joke about, the heavy goblin halberds are painfully slow. So yeah, we're gonna get a good smash here, aren't we? Okay, they were moving away. It was still brutality, but they're here to die. They're here to take arrow fire. So you know, it's not Harland and Riders opening up. Yeah, like it's fair enough. Who are they targeting? I wonder. I might have to slow it down for a little minute, just because I want to. It's not a very long battle, so I will probably muck about with the speed, slowing it down a bit, just so we can actually really... Oh, perfect. Yeah. Great. Yeah, they need these guys. They need those White Orc Fearmongers, so blasting them is perfect. Mithril Lancers coming on around. Careful, Stumper. Oh, they're just getting their jabs in. Oh, bloody hell. I'm sorry, Firewolf. This is not pretty. He's got the spears and he's got the halberds. He has run them up into position pretty quickly. That's good. But he's really getting kind of bullied here. It's going to take the micro, especially Stumper's micro. He's got a lot of cav out here. And even Dol Amroth is coming over. He's got his Parathil Riders just pecking away. Oh, yep. Pikes, good target there. Sturdy armor value, though, so I can see why he's maybe going for other things. Oh, yeah, Glade Riders are coming on over. I thought that was I thought they were Inquisitors for a second, and I was like, where the hell's brought Inquisitors? But no, it's just the Elves. Let's see how many Elves have popped up from hiding. Oh, by the way, yeah, I think that this is not bad for me as a theme. I do like to think of Dorwinion as a neutral faction, even though they're definitely good siding, but I can see them falling to the darkness. I know Elves are not meant to fall to the darkness, but I don't mind the idea of like self-serving Morquindi, who yeah, it's not so much that they're wanting the bad guys to win, but this is they have their ulterior motive here. So this is a good move from Trumpster. I really like his aggression because as Lindon is focusing so much on the cav on the other side, he is just like, hey, look at me. It's the best thing he can do for his ally. Coming out with the pikes is good. Oh my god, they massacred those guys. Good move from the riders. But yeah, if the Parathil riders can lead away the Nandor Glade riders, then that's good. Harland riders there. They are spearmen in melee, so they can well, spear cavalry, so they can get a little cav bonus. Oh, the trolls managing to catch these Mithril Lancers. That's gonna be painful. They need to get out of there. If they can slam them though, it's not fun. Speaking of slamming, the Horse Lords of Ulmo got around into the crossbowmen. Did cause a lot of pain. But even... Oh, wow. That's not fun to see. Yeah, even if they can keep a few of these guys alive, that's all it's going to take. You know, just 40 of them. Great, that's enough. But there's nothing over here, dude. You need some some spears. For Lindon scouts just coming in again. I like these. I like these for Lindon scouts. I don't play enough as Lindon, I guess, but I need to try the for Lindon scouts. They seem like a really risky unit just because of how fragile they are, but that's a thing with Lindon. Like, everything you have is fragile. Mythalon Lancers here have been caught again, but they're good morale. Good Elven morale is keeping them alive. Harlenden Riders, looks like they're willing to go toe-to-toe with the Glade Riders. If they do... Oh, no, they're trying to run on through. What I'd be tempted to maybe do is Sacrificial Lamb for the Harlenden Riders, just to keep the Glade Riders in place for a while, and then just keep brutalizing Firewolf with the rest of my cav. What are we at? 2 for 6. That's a great position for the defenders right now. Defenders haven't even really sent out many of their arrows yet, and they're already in a decent position. Looks like everything... Oh, no, they are opening up. Yeah. Eothad. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, this is Lore Master Eothad with Dol Amroth. Oh, brutality. Yeah, fantastic. Great target. Yeah, awesome. Awesome spot there. For the good old Berserkers. We're coming in here. Elvellan Infantry. Yeah, I'm sure Trumpster is wanting to be shot at right now. Just because these guys are very heavily armored. Nice little shield on them, and they're just... Yeah, he needs them to get shot rather than his elves. It's a very odd position to be an Elvellan infantryman because, you know, or an Elvellan human, you know, of any sort, because the elves do rely on you to just take the damage. Connecting with the Harlenden infantry, I'm interested to see how that goes. It's maybe because we do need to think about a screenshot, so white and purple, well, white and purple and silver might be a good shout. Yeah, something like that. We've got some good ones there, I think. Coming over there, backing them up. So Trumpster's coming in pretty hard here, and he's not going to be able to breach through by himself, especially not if he's not able to get his elves up forward. And he's not going to want to get his elves forward until the enemies start using up their ammo. He's keeping his Nandor boys hidden, though, which is smart. Isengard's a little bit further behind here. He's not really made a breach yet. How many rams does he have? Yeah, he does have enough rams. Always bring a lot of rams to Edoras. It's just a solid shout. Glade Riders still doing good. Yeah, they were good good to bring them, but they will die pretty nicely to those arrows. How are we doing for kills now? So it's not as hot. These trolls have done some good work up against the Horse Lords. Need to get the Horse Lords back out of there. Yeah, looks like they are moving. Cave Trolls sort of butchering them a bit. Yeah, Firewolf has just kept all of his, like, fragile guys right in the center. You could get these Halberdiers a little bit more active, but as I say, they're so slow that it's not easy to do. But yeah, okay. No, it looks like maybe there was a bit of a... Because, as I say, micro issues. He's focusing totally on the other side of the map, is Stumper. So, I like that we got Trumpster and Stumper in the same battle here. That's quite cool. Oh, Catapult trying to hit. Yeah, anything here would be lovely. But right now they're kind of just damaging their own wall. 1% damage, and it was great. But, you know, it's something. It's taking the damage for them. But I'd be wanting to save that ammo to try and mince that mangonel, because, as I say, that mangonel could be really unpleasant, even as inaccurate as it is. Great stuff. Okay, so they have managed to tease out some shots toward their Elvellan marksmen, which is good. Harlenden Guard, I'd be really tempted to just shoot the fragile Kildwin River Patrol, but nah, I don't think you really should. Nah, you could really butcher them. For Lindon Pikes, how's it going here? Yeah, this is an amazing position to use your Pikes. If you're really wanting to hold the outer levels, then Pikes are what you want. But it's when you start to fall back and you try to set up those Pikes in different positions, that's when it gets messy. I'm surprised at how much trouble the Elvellan guys are having here. They're not poor quality, but they just don't do very much damage to the Elven units. But just how much they outnumber them, I'm surprised. Harlenden Guard taking a beating from the fellow, well, they're Eastern Elves of the Merquindi. Poison arrow damage not going to be too menacing for them, and luckily they do have a shield, so that's going to be helpful against that fire, but Lindon guys do not wear much armor, so it's always going to be an issue. What's going on over here? Just some... Oh, the Nazhai! Get... Grimsby! Get those cav moved forward, because... I'd love to get the Horse Lords of Ulmo around here, dude. One good slam. That's where the general is too, isn't it? Yeah, that's him at the back. You get the Horse Lords all the way around here. Bam! That back left corner. That's not fun for Isengard. Looks like this is over though. Firewolf can rest easy now, but well, he can't actually. He needs to get stuck in because his allies are doing so, and I don't blame him for staying still. Like, that's totally what he needed to do there. You know, you can't... If he tried to advance wildly, he would have been brutalized. But now he needs to get moving. Now that as soon as the enemy stops focusing on you, you have to get stuck in. A lot of these berserkers have taken a beating there. We've got some pikemen fighting alongside the Dunlending veterans up against the Athelan men-at-arms and the halberdiers. I like this. Aethod is taking the northern side, and Lindon, played by, as I say, Stumper, sorry, is taking the south side. So that's good. Allows you to just focus much more on one area. And also the Elven skill over here is going to beat out the human skill. And whereas the human skill is hopefully going to beat out the Orcish skill, but Urukai are different, and of course we do have the Dunlendings here, who are, you know, Dunlending veterans are no real pushovers there, for their price anyway. Crossbowman taking a beating there, could do with maybe being in spread out formation. I think Grimsby is a bit newer, so I'm not going to be mean to this guy. You know, I'm going to try and sort of point out some stuff where I can, but you know. Those Nazhai, as much as the risk is that they're going to get shot at, those Nazhai need to be a bit closer to the front line. Because they could just get charged at. What are we doing now? 20 for 22. So as good as I really feel this is going for the defenders, the percentages are not as much in their favour as we'd want. But, you know, the defenders have already lost a lot of their cav, and what they've killed is a lot of gobbles. So that's the lowest, sort of the highest value unit for the defenders have been lost, but the lowest value units for the attackers have been lost. So something to keep in mind. Good initial attack, good initial sort of counter charge from the defenders, but they need to make sure that they don't waste that now. For Lindon archers opening up, yeah, Kelduin River Patrol just getting just absolutely massacred here. Usually I don't like to shoot javelins, but poorly armored, unshielded javelins, yes sir, shoot them, shoot away, shoot them with fire arrows if you have them. Just try and scare them off the field, especially those Snaga. Kelduin River Patrol a little bit better than that, but yeah, even taken down to 8, those guys cannot do much damage anymore. And I think Trumpster is just kind of like, hey, yeah, look, you know, they're kind of worthless now, just, you know, try and bait out as much fire as I possibly can. But the Glade Guard have popped up now, and hopefully the sacrifice of those Kelduin River Patrol will save them. They're still getting shot at. You need to switch target to the Glade Guard. But yeah, maybe he just wants to absolutely wipe out that unit. That's fair enough too. Glade Guard making contact now. Oh, grabbing the right flank of those Harlenden infantry is very cool. Yeah, Harlenden infantry are not going to love that. You know, the AP, of course, is not really so effective up against Lindon, but just the sheer power of that, outnumbering them. Sort of quick charge there too. They got their charge bonus. It's not going to be pretty for those poor elves. Poor 4 Lindon infantry here, or archers even, taking a beating. I've got to say, between the Mythlond and the 4 Lindon guys, 4 Lindon look better to me. I fucking adore those helmets. I really, really do. They're, yeah, one of my favourite looking sort of classes are the 4 Lindon guys. Oh, Deeper Sea. I do adore that Isengard banner. I think, to be honest, that was I used that image for my last Edoras fight. I've used an image of like an Isengard banner, but we'll see. I like the black and the silver and the blue. You know, it's a cool contrast. Even with that armor upgrade, the Athelan men-at-arms are not going to be able to beat back this overwhelming number of Urukai infantry. And this is if Grimsby is a newer player, Isengard is a damn good faction to play. I think I normally do recommend to newer players either the Western Kingdom's men, or Isengard or Erebor. They're my so I guess Western Kingdom's men, I should be a bit more sure about that. I would say, I guess Gondor. I don't know. No, I'd say primarily though, try out Isengard and try out Erebor. They're both very good sort of new player factions. Now Firewolf, you need to move. He's coming in now, but he needed maybe to be a little bit faster. But he's coming in. And I think Grimsby needs to hold back, and now that's where things get a little bit difficult. As a newer player, just carefully using your resources is not easy. But this is an amazing surround. I love that. I think Uathad has been a bit outnumbered here on the front line, and that's allowed the Urukai forces to sort of outplay him. Oh, okay, that could change things though. That could, one good strike, this line is broken, and yeah, and then they'll be able to reorganize that situation. Okay, good use of the capital. I like it. Few Glade Riders left. Their job is done. Like, I'm very pleased with how they've been used. I think that they were really on the money throughout. Vineguard there, just holding out. And this is another situation. Trumpster over here. I've adored what Trumpster's done. Oh no. Oh, this is why the Glade Riders are coming back. No, the Hammerguard. Oh, smoke. Wait, they didn't get a charge off though. Oh, Trumpster is lucky as hell. For Lindon scouts coming in for slams into the back of these guys. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's such a shame. Yeah, because I think Trumpster's been doing really well, but this Cav is going to absolutely brutalize him. Glade Riders coming on in to sort it out, though. Fort Lindon scouts dropping like flies there. Okay, like the Fort Lindon scouts really have, they've been used. I like them. I'm definitely going to try and use them again a bit. I always see them and I think, no, dude, they're too fragile, too scared to use something that gentle. So yeah, well, I guess their charges aren't gentle. Merquindi Pikes coming in, they're still around, and there are these stakes, but everything Trumpster's got is kind of moving up into the walls now. This is sometimes the best thing to do in response to a Cav sally, is just try to get your men inside the enemy fortifications, and that's where you're actually safer. I'm gonna go up to 1 times speed now. I think we're okay to do that. Trolls of the White Hand, have they? Yeah, a few of them. No, they've not. Yeah, like, I kind of like to bait out shots against things like Trolls of the White Hand, because they're a much smaller unit than they actually seem, a model even. So it's quite a difficult shot to actually hit them. And then even after that, like once you do start laying heat onto them, they're very well armored. They've got that sturdy shield, and well, for the Trolls of the White Hand anyway. So it's not a bad unit to have take some fire. Now, once again, percentage-wise, like, defenders are down, and defenders do not want to be down in the early stages. But saying that, Wanderers and Emberdell, they've not been fired yet, and neither of... I don't know, man. Eothad is very cautious with his ammo, which I really appreciate. But it's frightening to me. And Jav Fire... Not Jav Fire. Somebody's got a hell of an arm if that's a Jav. But yeah, Firewolf is coming in now, but... Like, yeah, he's dropped the rams. I should have said that earlier. Yeah, like, I probably wouldn't have done it myself, but like, yeah, I think Firewolf should have maybe dropped his rams immediately and freaking rushed in, because, yeah, like, Isengard's got barely anything left. And now it's kind of the inverse, like, even though the defenders are down, percentage-wise, down quite a bit now, down 7%. If you look at where those casualties are on the Elves, and those casualties are on the human attackers too. So I'm not actually as frightened about 8% down though. That's a big deal. We've still got the Avellan Hammerguard there. There's no elites, or Noldor and Blade Masters are nearby, so they'll be able to hurt him. Perthol Champions coming in for a backstab against the Avellan Vineguard. I would have liked to maybe have the Blade Masters in that fight for just a few seconds more, in order to get the Perthol Champions a nice rear charge. I know they'll win anyway, but like, you know, I just think you could have broken that unit, which it might break anyway. Let's see. Shaken, boys. Perthol Champions are fear causing. Damn it. That's something that I was worried about. No, they're steady. Steady Avellan, guys. Let's go and see what just happened there. For Lindon scouts are so goddamn fast. Where did that actually happen? Sorry. Oh, they came around here. Okay, so he did move forward with the Naz High. Might have been the well, no, that was definitely a for Lindon scout that we saw take him out. Oh, cheaper sake. Stumper's doing some amazing micro here. The fact that he's actually still having a pretty competent defense here, while still micromanaging the heck out of these two little cav units is impressive. Really good. So Naz High there, they took a nasty punch. They're still kicking though. Crossbowmen running on forward. I think they've still got ammo, they've just been interrupted, that's why a few of them have their swords out. And yeah, so as I say, Grimsby might not be a Blue Trauma, yeah, he might not be a new player. Because he's done okay. He's made a few little goofs, but genuinely not bad overall. Oh, armor upgrade for the clansmen. I like that. Yeah, it gives them all little helmets and stuff. It's cool. Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad idea. Yeah, just they're never really going to rack up a massive kill count, but they're such a nice, cheap little unit, and just giving them that armor upgrade gives them a little bit more. Oh, ouch. That's not what you want to see, Blue Trama. I'm sorry about that. So this is another. He could, like, if you're not using these guys, you've got two options. You can either place them right here where they're going to be safe, where you can spread them on out and just, you know, have them sitting there. If somebody wants to shoot at them, somebody can shoot at a spread out unit of pikes. I don't care. Like, you're going to take losses, but that's all that is. But yeah, that's because they just reformed there, and I'd give that another try. Now, where is that? Ooh, Mangonel is the issue right now is the Mangonel's undefended. For Lindon scouts, how tired? Jeepers sake, they've been running around the map and they're only winded. Yeah, Horse Lords of Vilmol are tired, so that's pretty good. I guess that's another good reason to grab them, just because they're little light boys, so they're so fast. Well, I mean, so energetic. But I'd be keen to grab that Mangonel. I want to see how it does here. Horrendously inaccurate, but if you're not risking friendly fire, then it's a good shout. What are we at? 65 for 59. Jesus criminy. Yeah, I'm on, boys. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, I'm on. Mountain Orc Coast coming on in. Oh, no. That was smack bang. Oh, dear. Smack bang on the friendly units. Lindon's general just dropped. But I don't think... Well, one, I don't think Lindon's got too many guys left. And also, well, they've got a few. But and then also, it's Lindon morale. The only place where Lindon is in a bit of, well, they're not really, yeah, backed up by a few of these Perithal champions. It's good that Eothad didn't just like leave him entirely over here. He did support him, did support him very well. And yeah, once Trumpster is absolutely gone here, there's nothing, unless he's got a hidden unit of Glade Guard, which I wouldn't have really recommended. I think, you know, I don't think he does, but like, there's nothing else hiding over here. So that means that the defenders can just focus their full attention over here, and their full attention kind of on the Orcs of the Misty Mountains too. I guess Urukai, there are still a few of the Isengard forces, of course. Pushing on through here, White Orc Fearmongers now, taking a real beating from shots. It looks like we've actually got a bit of a rout as these trolls, from both sides, trolls pushing up, even the troll drummers getting involved. I wouldn't recommend that. Troll drummers, especially nowadays, troll drummers are not locked morale, so they can start bolting away. Their morale is very good though, so if they do rout, they usually do come back. Snag of skirmishers there. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a good push. It is a very good push, but like it needs continued support, and those halberdiers need to maybe get up there, because as I say, they're slow as hell. Still Elven cavalry, we're seeing them in the distance. They're running around. Clansmen, infantry. Oh god, because they're such a small unit size now too, you can comfortably use these guys inside. Even though only two of them, you're not going to rack up like that many kills with every charge, but you know, you can do that in the later stages of the fight. That really matters. These guys still had ammo getting around here. This is where of course you want to put your attacking archers to shoot perfectly down that line. There's no more action here. Trumpster is out of that. Yeah, he's gone. Saying that, no, I think he's still got his general. Yeah, his general here. I think his general's probably the last man standing up against these pikes. He's right in the thick of it with those pikes, though. And not that it really matters too much against Lindon, but because he was part of an armor-piercing unit, his sword will have armor-piercing damage on it, so it helps a bit. You know, he's giving out orders to nobody there. I think he's trying to rout. What the? I love that. It came all the way over here and burned up a few elves. That's good to see. That was such a shame if it ended up just accidentally hitting the Elf-Elven Hammerguard general there. I don't know what I would do with my general right now. Trumpster, I think he just wants to keep him alive, just to have him involved in the game, which you always want to do that with your last unit, because you're just sitting there doing nothing after he's dead. You could leave the game, of course, but oh damn, I think. Yeah, damn. I was expecting this to be really good. Oh god damn, some blasted out buildings here. This is kind of cool. Just kind of really busted up. I can maybe do something with that. Yeah, something maybe. Just something a bit different, you know? Like all my Edoras fights always sort of look the same on the thumbnail, so I always try to find something that's a bit obscure. Pikes, this is where I don't like pikes used, but backed up by Parathol champions and being assaulted by primarily like heavy goblin infantry, I guess there's a lot of mounted or coast, they'll get grinded down nicely, even if, you know, there can only really be 1 or 2 pikes in the field. Good, the mangonels are really close. They should be that close right now. There's nothing really threatening them, so why not have them there? Dear. 150 Mountain Orc Coast. Do we have anything in reserve? No. Like, I like that. I don't think the defenders should have anything in reserve right now. As bad as the balance of power looks, 70, they're 9% behind. And the balance of power absolutely hates this. Why does the balance of power hate this so much? Is it just, are there like some, is it just a case of the elite units for the gobos, but the defenders still have elite units as the trolls? There's not enough trolls to really offset. Like, that's the type of thing you see when it's, menacing. Yeah. Right side as well, so these shields aren't coming into play. Even if most of the unit cannot get a shot there, if even, like, these first 2 ranks... Oh my god. Absolute hero. Okay, Trumpster. Yeah. This is a good move. I love this. This is absolutely Chad not move right here. Yeah, I would have had my general just fight and die down there, but no, this is far better. Just interrupting these guys. He's causing them to spaz out like that. That's intimidating. That's always frightening to see. Absolutely covered in blood. Oh god, yeah. Okay, I love it. I'm tempted to use this as some sort of thumbnail. But oh, god damn it. Yeah, that's cool. I really appreciate that. Really frustrating for you with that. Oh no, he was only going to last for so long. And as I say, Rangers really, they're not terrible in melee. Yeah, he admitted defeat there, good man. But I think that was all he had in the field anyway. So, but if you're going to disconnect from a game, even if you got nothing, it's always nice just to admit defeat. But yeah, even if you're going to win. But yeah, Wanderers and Emberdell sort of still now free to open up. A few of their number dropped by the heroic Dorwinion general, though. That was a catapult blast. Yep, very effective catapult blast, actually. Another one. Broken that push entirely. Well, not entirely. Nazhai are still there. And the pikes have found this nice little straight line here, which I like that a lot. Yeah, they're going to be able to get a good sort of 3 ranks fight in there. Up against the approaching Urukai. A few Black Swan Renegade still smashing in. Good up against the armor of the Nazhai, but to be honest, the armor piercing of the Nazhai is going to hurt them back. So, you know, it's not a fight they're going to win, but it's a fight they'll do some damage in. Now, I always really like to see attackers making use of every... Oh, good stuff, Blue Trama. I was going to say, I like to see attackers making use of every area. He might have just be chasing down that cav. It's hard to say, but even then, just leaving 1 unit around here, you know, 68 Wanderers in Emmerdale. They're not going to do... Sorry, not Wanderers in Emmerdale. Sorry, Wardens of Elysterion. They're not going to do, like, a colossal amount here, so just leaving them at the back there is perfect. Just have them sat there, because if something gets all the way around, then you can mess it up. Still, these Horse Lords of Ilmo around, just being a pain in the ass. Oh, some pikes. Trying to clock them in, but no, they're going to slip on around. And downhill charge by the 4 Lindon archers. Oh, they'll get a few kills there on the charge. Oh, no, I was hoping they would. But a few guys getting caught there. Snag a skirmisher, send their jabs in. If you can't find a target on anything, okay, sure. But, like, you really... the pikes there should have that handled once they organize themselves. Pikes should be better used sort of on the... Oh, sorry, skirmishers would be better used on the... you know, the humans today. This catapult's still got ammo. Jesus, it must be on its last few shots now. Orc Mangonel still had some shots too, of course. What we got going on here? Bang. Fuck. Yeah, that's not fun to see. Very Grace. What's going on here? Some guys getting absolutely just stuck. Yeah, almost running off the field, but not quite. God damn it, boys. Come on. You were off. Why did you come back? It's like they left the field there and then they just, they came back. I've never, well, I don't want to say I've never seen that happen before, but don't see that happen too often. Anyway, zooming on back. Just wanted to check that out. I should be, like, double-clicking on the map. It's quite nice. Actually, not done this at all, this battle. But hey, we can do it now. A general dropped there. Now, I saw a Haven Guard. That could have been the... That could have been Eothad's general, but that would surprise me. because it's such a beefy unit of Isengard, but if the general just gets himself in a bad position, yeah, he can die. So, oh well, shame, but no, there he is. Yeah, that's the prince. Don't know who it could have been. Oh, maybe, are we seeing Goblin King Bodyguard or something around here? No, I don't know. Yeah, probably Firewolf's general anyway. I suspect that this balance of power is going to swing hard very, very quickly. Now, what are we at? 86%. They're still down. They're still down by almost 10%. This has been a pretty solid scrap, in all honesty. I have quite enjoyed this one. We got the 2 Berserkers. They can come on in. They can do some damage. I'm trying to see. Oh, frick! Some routing guys. Skirmishers there. If you move them up, right? Wait. No, man. Now, of course, these guys are not dumb. They would react to this. But you can maybe get your skirmishers here. I'm just trying to point things out for newer players, I guess. You can maybe try and get your skirmishers here and fire over to them. But I don't think Snagga skirmishers will pull that off. You get a nice wild Rudour man with his javelin. He can pull that javelin and throw off, no doubt. But a little Snagga boy, a little slave gobble, I don't think it's happening. But still, even then, nearby where you are, the defenders would react, of course, when he did that. I guess they're wavering, that's the problem. He doesn't want to push them on any further forward than they are, because if they get a little bit closer to the line, oh, that's a big unit of pikes there broken. Oh dear. As I say, he's I think Blue Tram is a newer player. I don't think he's done I really don't think he's done horrendously here. I think he has done everything pretty right. Yeah, I think, to be honest, this was just a very, very good cav strike from Stumper. Or Strumper. No, there's no M. Strupper. I don't know why I've been inventing an M in his name for this entire time. Sorry about that. I think Strupper just came out with that beautiful cavalry charge. And I think that the riders were good. I do think the Glade Riders were effective there, but when you've got Isengard and the Misty Mountains, who both have access to a lot of wargs, I would say grab a unit. Grab a unit of wargs. Why not? You know, it's especially for a map like Edoras, where we can see just how effective a cav sally can be. There's just nowhere to hide, nowhere to block the enemy up. Yeah, so it's a nuisance. The Mangonel, I loved it. I really enjoyed the Mangonel. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I was so excited to see it. But in all honesty, the Mangonel just didn't do it. It didn't do as well as I thought. You shouldn't do this. I'm surprised his men didn't break there. But yeah, it's as I say, you still keep trying to fight as absolute best as you can. But I don't know what he's trying to pull off here. But still, I guess if you got to fight onto more solid ground, but then they're a bigger unit than you, they can sort of swallow around you. I don't know, but I think that fight was not going horrendously. They weren't going to win, but they were doing not too bad. So I would have probably kept in it. Blade Master's still around. So yeah, I think that maybe the Mangonel had Firewolf brought a catapult instead of a Mangonel, or a ballista to try and counter the enemy's catapult. I think that's a good strategy. As well as that Isengard ballista, it might have been banned. Oftentimes, an Isengard ballista is banned on 88% is pretty solid for me. I think it's not like absolutely down to the wire as some people really like, but no, man, it's that's definitely close enough for me. Anything over 80% is solid in my books. Even some 75% battles I think have been really, really close. So I'll keep talking about that. I think that an Isengard ballista could have been really fearsome there, but there might have been a rule against it. And also, if Blue Trama is a newer player, I'm just saying I don't know his name, and he really didn't play badly, so he might not be a new player. But I don't like to take Ari. He might just not want to take Ari. Yeah. So Haven Guard there, very nice. A lot of prisoners caught too. You got to keep that in mind. Wanderers in Emmerdale, absolute brutality. We didn't actually see them fire all that much. We did see them get set up now and again, but they did a lot more damage than I was spotting. Sorry about that. Then Halberdiers showed themselves very well. 59. I think those were the guys that got backstabbed though. A lot of them got healed, which sometimes does mean that they've been shot at. So, because it's easier to heal range damage from units. So that could be the case. Pikemen doing not too bad. As I say, it's always risky on this map. Men-at-Arms actually wrecking shop. 170, some good stuff for a Thel Men-at-Arms. You know, because as I say, their main job is just to hold the line. Ouch, poor Renegades there. Might have been, yeah, well, we did see some Renegades fighting the Naz High. Maybe that was these guys, so that's not surprising there. 69 is fair enough from the other. Pirathil Champions, great stuff. Very good stuff from these guys. Holy smokes. Yeah, 141 and only 13 losses. That's great. Then Marksman. Yeah, we did see some good use from the Pirathil Champions, just countercharging. Well, like charging it at here, there, and everywhere. The Tirathair Marksman, 169. Good stuff. Belfast Marines, 128. Good. Dorwinion Archers. Always good to just have one cheap unit of archers. Like, we saw that they ended up actually targeting the Berserkers. Whereas what I like to do with cheap archers in a siege defense is counter enemy, like, javelins and such. But no, like, if I get a clear shot on a Berserker, I don't care what level of archer I've got, I'm taking it. Catapult there, actually, well, like, scoring 367 kills is fantastic, but I expected, well, it looked like they were getting more than that. But I guess there would be varying quality and probably some 2 hit point units, who knows. Then Pirathil Riders there, 183. Very good, just backing up. It's nice, and I really think that had they not been there, then Strupper would have been having a bit of difficulty because Eothad really came out and he grabbed Trumpster's Glade Riders and said, like, hey, look at me, chase me, and he just led him on a fucking, like, run around, and I think that was great. So yeah, Eothad's, like, play there, well, I think both of the boys really did very, very nicely. You know, Strupper with his fantastic micro. I actually don't know who Strupper is. I'm thinking that's a temporary name from somebody, because as I say, like, that sort of micro skill is something that you must have been playing the game for a while to be good at, because, as you know, he was holding the line on his side very, very nicely, and then he was still mucking about with his cav, like, all the way through the fight. A lot of people, I guess myself included, I'd like to not include myself, but I guess myself included. Like, when I do come with a cav sally, once I feel like I've done as much as I can, like, I will just kind of either forget about my cav, or I will try and just give them one last glorious charge, and then I'll focus entirely on my infantry defense. Whereas Strupper was like, nope, there's still work to be done, and all the way throughout they were still in the action. Trumpster, screw myself up. Trumpster, I absolutely adored what he did. You know, I really was fond of his attack there. When he came in, how he came in, I thought it was great. Army composition, pretty much the exact same as I take when I take Dorwinion into an attack. Maybe I would maybe have taken the Glade Masters, but that's, you know, everybody would want to take the Glade Masters. You know, I'm sure he didn't have the money for that. And he did take the Glade Riders, which thank God he did. But I would have really probably had a chat with the boys in the army setup and been like, look, you know, could one of you please take wargs? You know, and but the Glade Riders did a damn good job, and they were faster than a warg could ever hope to be. So maybe that was the thinking, and yeah, you know, who knows. So I like that. Firewolf there, yeah, got apps. Like, he did the right thing. When the enemy came out, he turtled up and you know, did his best to sort of protect himself from that. He was definitely the most likely target, I would say. I don't know, maybe, like, because Blue Trama only really had pikes to look after himself. So, but Blue Trama, yeah, no, I don't know. I would have, well, they did jump between. I'd say, I was about to say, like, I would have jumped between, but they did jump between everybody, so it's fair enough. So I think Firewolf did that, but the only issue with Firewolf's play there was just a little bit too slow to come back out of that. Like, when the, like, what I would do, this was a big problem for me when I started playing for a long time, moving under pressure of cavalry, and it took me a really long time to not get good at it. I still wouldn't say I'm good at it. It's definitely a weakness of mine, but to get competent, where I feel comfortable moving when there's a cavalry unit buzzing around at me, trying to snag at me. But no, just get your boys in a group, and just little baby steps. Just step, get everybody together. Step, get everybody together. Step, get everybody together. Now, when you've got the heavy goblin halberds, that's pretty hellish. Because, as I say, they're so slow. You can make them run, but then they'll get exhausted by the time they get to the front line. But yeah, so it's the way it's got to be, though. And I think maybe just a little bit too slow, because had he come in when Blue Trauma was making his sort of surrounds, and he was just getting things really kind of sorted out, and then Firewolf had maybe come in with a few extra breaches and just flooded in through where Blue Trauma was, that could have been really fearsome there. But then, in addition to that, I think he made a good call dropping the Rams. That's something that I didn't think about. Hopefully, if I was playing, I'd like to think I would have thought about it, but I didn't think about it here. So, but maybe he could have dropped his Rams a touch earlier. So, have good ideas earlier, Firewolf. Then yeah, Blue Trauma, as I say, keep saying that he's a new player. He might not be, because the more I think about his play, genuinely he was pretty good. The only things that were messy was were leaving the Nazgul behind to be at risk of cavalry charge, and then also letting the berserkers get shot at, and then letting the pikes get hit by that catapult. That could have been resolved by just spreading people out. If they're not needed, just give them a safe place, either press them right up against that wall. Edoras is great for that. My cat's scratching at my door. Edoras is good, and now he's sneezing because he's a little sausage. Edoras is great for that. Either press yourself up right up against the wall, or just lean back from it and spread out. And then come together and come on in when you're needed. Anyway, I better go tend to that cat, so thank you guys very much, and see you later. Oh, exactly 2,000, nice.